through their email, and so 10 and 2, that's when they're sitting in, they've been through their email, they're ready.
10:01.
Yeah, so I was like, start, and then when I couldn't find the Dozier proclamation, I was like, here's it. I know, I just looked at it, I just saved it, it's nowhere. I had two,
somewhere now.
I know, I had two Shreveport, and I was like, no. And so I had to call Maria, and I emailed her, and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry, can you send me the Dozier proclamation one more time? I don't know what I've done with it, I'll be darned if I find it. Well, I started to, but it's just like, gracious.
Since you have it here.
I understand it. I'll take it.
Tonight, when I put that on the pillows.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at everybody. Okay, so we got a look. Set this up. We'll take a look at your proclamations on.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I love the blue.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
See, like we can perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she was asking
Cool.
for.
Oh,
I put that up on the
She's across from
refrigerator.
She's
Where's
listed with
last week?
You did?
Yeah, and so today, finally, John goes, there's a paralegal day? Yes.
Yeah? When is it?
Tomorrow.
Bet you can celebrate. I sent it to Dana late this afternoon because I was like, oh dang, I forgot to send the final stuff to Dana. So I sent it to her and I said, hoping that you can send this to the members of the bar. So I thought,
Yes.
I know she'll do it. She'll probably see that first thing.
Oh, yeah.
I expect that. I expect that. Somewhere, whatever. I should have called my kids and say,
That's okay. I'm OCD that way.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
all,
It's phenomenal.
yes.
very good. It just turned out really good.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, it's really good.
Do you have pictures of your jumping?
She has a video.
I have been thinking of ways I could use this. You know, your picture jumping. How are you? So you're legal.
Like, actually, the running joke with the officers. Will you hire more for your personal injury case? So, you know, you're asking a stupid question. Would you, I'd rather jump over. Yes, I'll send you the
Good. I want to see it. Yes, absolutely.
She was passing that around at the axe throwing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Oh, sure.
Yes.
Terrifying.
you can, Miss Carol, you have the TV.
No.
Good for you. Wow.
The one that's
The one in Texas was up to 14,000 feet.
Oh my.
We only went 10,000
Yeah.
feet.
Almost. Pretty quickly.
Yes, almost 2 miles. From here to Houston, they go up to 14,000 feet. I'm like, okay, that's
Hey, Miss Daredevil.
Yeah.
Go, girl.
We'll do it. Oh, there's a stranger. Hello, Mom.
We need some more chickens.
Let's see. You be good? How was work? Hello.
Have you got emails from someone from Ryan that you guys to confuse?
She's gonna bring some chairs in here.
Okay. I'm gonna try to be nice. Awesome. Yes.
I didn't think I would recognize you, but I do. Well, I love, yeah. Well, you and I talked many times over the years, but I don't know if we ever face to face. We are so delighted you're here. So well, the very first committee meeting we had, the first formation meeting, Kenny said, the very first meeting, I said, what happened to your,
Come on in.
And so we were like, pretty sure she retired. You know? Oh my gosh, Carol Baker retired. Yeah. That's so cool.
I have such a time remembering what years things happened.
Glorified secretary, I would
Going,
say.
trying to figure out what year did I do this.
Is that for?
Yeah?
Yeah, I saw
Wow.
If I make any marks, it's not gonna be.
Well, we're just so delighted that you're here.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Well, we're delighted. Delighted to surprise you.
And one of my daughters, of course, she
It
lives
made
in
me
Dallas.
curious too.
She's a paralegal
Uh-huh.
in downtown Dallas.
Wow. Yeah.
And I had to talk to her for a couple of weeks. She probably would have tried to get here.
Uh-huh.
She worked for Blanchard Walker.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
To see what those were.
She did this
And
company
then
that
I'm
she works for
wondering,
now.
it's here in
She's
Shreveport,
considered a
right?
paralegal when she got hired. But now she's some kind of something for the owner of the company.
Okay.
And it's one of these that buy up the land and those windmills.
Yeah, yeah.
Do that.
Uh-huh.
And now she's his assistant.
Okay.
So she's moving up the.
There you go.
I know, that's what I'm thinking too.
What is that? You got a margarita?
Why did you grab it? Well,
No, I
she
said to put it on the table.
It's be done, they don't have to.
That's right.
everyone take a sip.
No way.
I think it was Hey there.
We learned that in
Where's mom?
Texas is pretty protective of their paralegal schools. Because they were against, I'm sure did, yeah. I think they was, that had a state-specific Texas certification for paralegals. And so they want to make sure you've gone through their programs, and you know what they need you to do.
pretty cool. We are?
What?
Good.
Yeah, you want anything to drink?
Me and my
Okay, what do you got?
And I brought
Hey y'all, if it's hard to drink, we got it working now. Is it hard to drink?
No, it's good, guys.
I think Kelly's got one right.
Okay, all right.
A little bit more.
I mean, mine's coming up.
There's only a few of us still around.
They don't hard for that. So now they want us.
He's one of us, you know, the older group, he was at Wheaton. Ron Ranger, you know, before that. And then I dropped the car this year.
Use them good.
Yeah, we just that's what that's wrong. That's right. Yeah.
With that.
Where the bottom is, that's probably reserved for you. There you go. We're gonna say it is anyway.
Oh, thank God. I appreciate it.
We have little minors and we're just.
No, I didn't know. Because I knew your age.
It's also supposed to be, the oral No, I think I will not be. I'll be very. Amber, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Are you feeling better?
Much better. Yeah, the stitching finally laid down instead of being all puffy.
Yeah. I'm all for that.
Yes.
I'm so glad.
At least a year.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yes, I
Now, while you're here, the gentleman back here, Bobby, the bar is doing an oral histories project, and they're capturing people's history with the law for the website. So if you are so inclined, we would love to have you give us the oral history.
Yes, she wants.
Can he video your speech?
I'm not making a speech, I'm just gonna make a few.
What?
Few remarks?
I've been a hard person to get to because they told me Carol Pega was going to give a speech. Somebody lied to me. It must be a lawyer or a judge. Or a judge. Look at me. I'm not even drunk yet. I don't have to sit. Those that were not at the
Yeah, Jan's one.
at the whatever axe throwing thing. Jan, I had these made, like the stickers or whatever, decals. I thought you would, I would put it on my car, just to make it.
Oh, nice.
Official, whatever.
I love
But
it,
anyhow.
yes.
Well, we can pass it, this is what's left from the axe throwing thing. But if we need some more, I saved it on my thingy and then
I love it. It turned out really well.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
Yes, very professional.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're gonna put those on the front of our portfolio folders.
Yes.
Yes.
New members, prospective new members.
And I'm working on that's for applications to put that on the application. And also, I was talking to the lady about like a QR code that these kids whatever, so that they can scan or whatever, and they can fill it out that way. And also our LinkedIn address, and whatever. Stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. So that's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and I talked about that. Maybe something in school.
Yes.
Our
So,
schools.
yes.
So, since they start next week, do we want to start making calls?
Yes. Who is the person that's gonna be here from Sarah?
Sarah, yeah, she's coming. She and Steve Swallow, both is a mock trial. Yeah, mock trial. Yeah, and then Honey, has
Exactly.
No, I didn't think I would ever see it again.
people to pair off in teams, or something, or however you want to structure it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he, oh, that's right. Yeah.
Just the changes, there's nothing wrong with extra love. Look at us.
Yeah. Okay, courtroom.
I just kind of assumed.
Yeah, you get clients from them.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I'll read it. Okay. They'll be sent.
In September, they might be regular.
because I'm thinking I'm feeling good, I can see very quickly here. This is, get all the numbers back together, and let's talk about what priorities and what else we want to do the rest of the year. I set an hour ago. I know. Hello?
Hello, I just realized, you know, you emailed me about accidentally the copy of the public. Because I was waiting on Josie to get back in, so I was like, and I just never emailed you back.
Okay.
But I'm glad y'all had a great time.
Yeah, we did. We had a wonderful restaurant. Just a really good time.
Yeah. You kind of missed it, maybe that's why you're tiring.
Yeah. She did it all week, every day.
It was, yeah, we did Tuesday through Friday. Yeah. It was like, you started.
I did that in my younger life. And it's still where to be at.
It was fun.
Well, good. Oh, good. So
Let me show you the backside.
do you write it yourself? Oh, no, we're just going to be. Yeah, we're going to have an attorney coming to talk. Miss Carol Vegas here.
That's the original. I'm Sarah. Yes, ma'am. I'm a attorney over on the street in Nancy.
They sent it to Karen, and Karen has like
Almost 10 years. Yeah, I started out working with Al. And I was 5 months pregnant. There's a law firm I worked with all the time. Me and the man, they were contracted. There was an attorney whose wife was also miraculous. Yes. But I knew Joel Casey, the girl, the administrator at the time. And I knew him from working with some of the barbers. And I called him and said, Joel, I can't hide the fact that I'm pregnant. I need a job. And he said, actually, Mr. Hand is looking for a paralegal. Why don't you come and interview? And I did an interview with him, and he hired me. And so I always said, hoping the cancer baby. But I was hired in 3 months. She was born in August. I was hired in May. She was born in August. And then in December, I ended up having to have an emergency appendectomy. And I told Mr. Hank, I was like, I need you to bring me the laptop. Because I was confined to the hospital for 6 days. And I was like, they can't hire me. I have their equipment. They were so patient with me, and I ended up, I came back and had the surgery on December 10th. I worked with state come back the wrong attorney general candidate. And so I ended up going to work for Mr. Blue. So I worked in there, and so that's where I stayed until I left. And Mr. Brewer was getting ready to retire. And I was like, you're going to be leaving, and I know I'm going to have to start over with somebody new at the firm. And so I had applied for a position at the Second Circuit. And ended up leaving and going there, and was there for 24 years before I retired. I am retired, but they brought me back, so I work 2 days a week. But I work upstairs. I'm not in the post office anymore. I work upstairs with the IT guys to help build out our case management system. I know. Oh yeah. Are you enjoying that? I'm like, are you kidding? I'm working with 2 young guys and we're doing fun, cool stuff. I'm learning a whole new language.
That's so fun. Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember what happened, but right when I started a year ago, he was just leaving because he had really, I think. And he had in the back of me, good. He just was like doing stuff from home at the time.
in the sheriff's offices. Shelters.
That's our, it is. I'm Sarah. Crazy to meet people that won't be
Let me see Michelle.
We went with Jason.
Did we get the one from
Every time I hear something on the phone, I'm like, so they we're almost up to
'Cause
That's true. I
more work a year for yourself. Hiring that lawyer, and you gotta keep him busy. Yeah. That's true. I wouldn't sit on it.
All right, well, you don't go far. I'm not going to turn on the mic, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm so excited to see so many people here tonight. We have three very important guests. We're going to start with Kenny Haynes. Kenny was the president of the Shreveport Bar, and he was the engine that got this train rolling. And so I wanted him to talk first and talk about why he was so enthusiastic about what this committee could be. And so I'm going to let him get us started.
Good evening, everybody. It really probably is giving me too much credit to say that it was my idea to do the committee. Miss Dana Southern is really the person who deserves the credit for this. We were sitting around in her office talking about what a theme could be, or what is a project that we could hope to accomplish in the year of me being president. You don't want to just be president and be president for the sake of being president. You want to try to accomplish something during your year. And so we got to thinking, and we thought back on Miss Carol Pega and how there used to be a network of people to go to, and we were bemoaning the fact that there's less and less people wanting to do paralegal work and work in the legal industry, and how difficult that is to try to find somebody. I know I had numerous friends that would be like, hey, do you know anybody, and what can we do? And we're in desperate need of some help, and talking to other lawyers around town, finding that waitresses turn out to make good paralegals. And so I talked to Dana, and we thought that a good thing to try to do would be to include the legal support staff community, because I have Marshall, one of my favorite lawyers in town and a good friend of mine for many years now. We both know that you can't do anything as a lawyer unless you got a very strong support staff around you, taking care of the things that either you don't want to take care of or you don't have the time to take care of. I've had Miss Sonia with me for, I hate to say, probably getting close to 30 years now. 25. I'm not going to date you 5 more years, Miss Sonia. But 25 is a long time, and there is no way in the world that I could accomplish half of what I accomplish in a day without Miss Sonia. We've added Miss Brianna to our group, and she's training with Miss Sonia, and so one day, if I'm still alive and kicking and Miss Sonia's not wanting to work for me anymore, then maybe Miss Brianna will step in and take care of that. We've had Miss Nyla, who's here tonight, worked for our firm for years and years and years, and she had retired, but then she said, hey, would you mind if I come and did some work? And I was like, hey, I got some for you to do, so come on. So I was happy to help with that. But the purpose of the committee, as I saw it, was to create a network. And Miss Carol Paga, many, many years ago, was involved in that. And when you needed somebody, you'd call Miss Carol and I'm like, hey, I need somebody, and she would kind of help make a fit between law firms and people looking to work for law firms. And also she was instrumental in like having a network for people that work in the support side of it to communicate with each other and like share information and have a form base and things that you do in the everyday practice of law. Hey, I don't have one of those. Call up my friend over here. They do that kind of work and get that. Now, we have a 30-year database, me and Miss Sonia, that we've built over the time, and so maybe we have a form in ours that y'all can call Miss Sonia and say, hey, have y'all ever done that? I don't know how many people are involved in domestic work, but that's primarily what we do. We also do a lot of appeal work and brief writing and just general civil litigation over the years too. And before Miss Sonia worked for me, she worked for Marshall, so so she had a lot of PI experience coming over to our firm as well. So that was the brainchild of it. Miss Dana said, yeah, that would be a great idea, and so I wrote a story about it in one of my president messages and kind of put myself there to, hey, we're going to do this. And so it took basically a year to try to amend the bylaws of the Shreveport Bar Association. We did accomplish that, and so we made the legal support staff committee a functioning committee of the Shreveport Bar Association. And all of you ladies that joined the committee and any guys that ended up joining the committee become members of the Shreveport Bar Association even though you're not a lawyer. And so I thought that was very, very important for the long-term viability and success of this group, is that you would be a member of the Shreveport Bar Association and have the full support of the Bar Association to turn to. Miss Karen, been my friend since eons ago.
90s, somewhere in the 90s.
I started as a 25-year-old lawyer in 1989 at the Louisiana Second Circuit Court of Appeal working for Pike Hall. I think Miss Karen came...
I came in 99.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some years after that, so she wasn't there when I was working there, but she knew people that I knew that was working there. Miss Diana Heisler, I guess, was the clerk of court when I was there, and the clerk's office always ran so smooth and great, and I've been involved in appeal work for most of my career, and whenever I had a question, this lady right here had the answer to it, and she was always so helpful and just an instrumental part of the Second Circuit Clerk's office. So I reached out to her. I knew she was very involved in the paralegal groups and national groups, and and so she would be very, very helpful to this committee, and she very rapidly said yes. I learned from Miss Elizabeth Carmody back there and some other people that anytime you're going to lead an organization or be part of something that you have to move the ball on, it's very, very important to have somebody you can call and they'll say yes to whatever it is that you ask them to do. And Marshall, you're going to learn that next year when you take over as president. You need somebody, committee chair, whoever is going to help you move the ball across the goal line. And when I called this lady, or I talked to this lady, she was very quickly a yes. And so I'm very appreciative to people that say yes in your life. And so that's what this committee's all about. It's about you guys and what you make of it, and to let you know that you're important to the functioning of the Shreveport Bar Association. You're important to the administration of justice because of that, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all working to strive for people. That's what a lawyer's life is you're trying to obtain a result, a just result for the people that you represent, and you're just a tool in that process. And the better support that you have, the sharper you are as a tool, and the more that you can be used to accomplish the goals of good. And so, welcome, ladies. I'm glad to see this many of y'all here, and that's all I got to say about that.
I do want to remind everybody that we have worked hard. Maria has kind of spearheaded this effort. We have the Governor's Proclamation as well as the City of Shreveport and the Bossier City proclamations up here on the table. So I hope you'll take a few minutes to come and look at those and just be proud of what the committee is doing and the stand that we're taking for all of us who work in the support staff area. And now it is, I do want to call on a couple of other people. Elizabeth Carmody is here. She is the current president of the Shreveport Bar, and has just made this year a real pleasure for me serving on the executive council. Just really enjoyed working under her leadership. And Marshall Rice is here. He is the incoming president next year of the Shreveport Bar, and he of course has been very supportive. A lot of their employees, a lot of their support staff are members of our committee, and we couldn't be more excited to have them with us. So I want to be sure that y'all recognize them. Now it is my honor and my privilege to introduce Carol Pega. Carol Pega and I have known each other through the phone for many, many years. And Kenny's exactly right. Carol was the contact person in Shreveport if you were looking for a job or you were looking for somebody to fill a job. And you called Carol and she would get the two hooked up together. And so we wanted her to come and talk tonight about what she did during that time and sort of how she built her career, because we do feel like she is a local legend in our community. And so Carol, without any further ado, I turn it over to you.
Well, I'm just going to sit here.
Okay. All right.
Kenny covered everything that I could possibly say. But I was trying to think, I don't remember who I took over from doing the job bank. I don't remember that I started it, but it could have been from somebody down in South Louisiana, because we did have an association down there too.
Okay.
But anyway, it took off. I mean, there were very few days that I did not talk to somebody who needed somebody to fill a position or whatever. It was through my attorney, Harry Nelson. He was the sweetest man in the world. And he never, ever said anything about, why are you spending so much time on the phone with the people who need job filled? He was wonderful. He died in 2003. And shortly thereafter, I went to work for Fred Miller, and he was the same way. He never batted an eye about me having to answer the phone about talking about jobs. And I think it was 2009 when I finally retired. And it's been lonely because I don't get all those phone calls. Of course, I live out in DeSoto Parish, and that has something to do with it too. But I'm involved in other things now. I'm very involved in my churches down in Stonewall and Mansfield. But you know, if y'all, I don't think I've got anything with my phone number on it, but I'd love to talk to you about what we did. There still are associations all over the state, but I have not talked with anybody lately. I'm just assuming that they're doing the same things y'all are doing.
Actually, the only one left is in Lafayette. The Lafayette Paralegal Association is the only active group in the state of Louisiana.
Until now.
Until now.
Right. Well, y'all are the starting of this whole, I don't know what we're going to call it other than just a wonderful deal. and maybe other cities in the state will see from this and jump on the ball.
Yep. We can be the model.
Yeah, because it's something that does good work for everybody, and it's a wonderful thing. I probably lost sleep worrying about legal secretaries, but I never really worried about it. I figured if I couldn't do it, there was always somebody in the background that was going to do it for me, and it was just a wonderful experience. I hated to retire, but it was time. And at 82, it's definitely.
Wow. Yeah, well, you look 10 years younger than that.
Do what?
You look 10 years younger than that.
Well, that's up to God.
So how did you make it work? How did you do your magic?
I didn't really have to do anything. The word went out at some point in time, and it just started. And I wouldn't say that I talked every day to somebody who needed a job or who had a position to fill, but it was enough, to make me feel like it was something vital.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the bar had some kind of a publication, and I know they wouldn't put names or anything like that, but so people would be reminded that it was available to them.
That must be why they keep calling Dana.
They still call me and ask, is there a Carol Pega? I'm like,
So I can remember when I started practicing law in 2003, whenever we needed a paralegal in the office, my mom, who was the bookkeeper at the office at that time, we'd say, we need a paralegal, we need a legal assistant. And she's like, well, I'm going to go call Carol Pega, and we'll start there. And so that's how, so my she passed away in 2017. But it's interesting just coming from that perspective and we've never really met that I know, but I knew your name immediately when I started practicing law in Shreveport. So.
Well, and that's the truth. I've met so few attorneys. I mean, I recognize names, but I don't have a face to put with that name. But it was a really wonderful, wonderful experience. And when the legal secretaries would have meetings, that's when, we would get together and meet and talk and see if there was anything else that needed to be done. But it was just a really wonderful experience. And I just hope y'all will take up the gauntlet and go, go, go.
Well, we do have two ladies, Rhonda and Amanda. Over there. They are our job bank co-chairs.
Oh, okay, good.
And so these two ladies will probably want some one-on-one time with you to pick your brain. That's one of the things that we're hoping, one of the functions that we hope our committee can serve is to kind of do what you did. And that is be a repository for information on people looking for jobs and employers looking.
Yeah.
And in fact, Rhonda said we've got five employers currently looking for employees. And so, not that we want anybody in this room to declare themselves available.
But if you do, it's confidential.
That's right. It is extremely confidential. And that's another thing. How did you handle the confidentiality aspect of it?
Well, my office wasn't that big. So, and my office where my phone was kind of removed. So there wasn't anybody within hearing.
Okay.
And it just didn't seem like it was any big problem.
Okay. Because we know that's one aspect of it that
Yes.
people want. They want to know that their request is confidential. Because they might not have told their staff, hey, I'm looking to replace you.
Right.
And people who are looking for work may not have told their boss, I'm leaving. Yeah.
You just have to be very careful.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions for Carol? This is your chance.
What's your phone number?
It's confidential.
See me afterwards.
Yeah, there you go. That's the politically correct answer. Well, we are just so delighted that you're here with us and that we have the
Such a
chance.
surprise and just I never would have believed that this was going to happen. I had assumed that it was just that it was going.
No. The State Paralegal Association had a job bank as long as they were up and running. but they have now died. And so I'm sure the Lafayette group may have their own little group down there that does that. But yeah, in terms of locally in the northern part of the state, there is no one that performed the function that you did. And it's like Kenny said, it's been a source of frustration. It's a source of frustration for the employers and for the people looking for work, because there is no conduit. There is nobody to connect them. So.
And we do want that to just be a part of what this committee does.
Right.
Like, we're hoping to have training, we're hoping to have outreach into high schools and I guess restaurants, since
Hustle your wait staff, is that what you're suggesting?
I actually had a waitress approach me and my law partner at Silver Star and say, hey, I might be looking to leave this if you know anybody that's got any paralegal work. And I said, call the committee and put your name in with the committee. And so there's at least one waitress out there.
There's a clerk at Hobby Lobby too. So I talked to her clerk at Hobby Lobby who was like, oh, I'm looking for paralegal work. I was like, give me your email.
And so I keep hearing that AI is going to replace you guys, but I don't believe it. So, and they're not going to. AI is not going to replace you.
I can assure you that AI is not going to replace legal support staff. If anything, it's going to enhance the capabilities of your legal support staff and make your support staff even more efficient and be able to get more work done. So we're having a big AI implementation in our office right now. So I can just tell you, it's a lot of good stuff's going to come out of it. Now there's some bad. If you're not paying attention and you're not checking your citations and you're just, not editing your own work, but otherwise it's a great tool. So.
And we hope that this will serve as a networking and support group for you guys as well. And so there's more than one aspect of it, but foundationally it's, to provide a conduit for all of that. And to bring the legal support staff people into the Bar Association and get the support and credit that you deserve.
And one of the things that we talked about early on in the committee was the fact that for those of us who came up old school through the paralegal training programs, you went to LSUS or you went to BIPC, and there were attorneys teaching those classes. And so you got to meet those attorneys, and they got to meet you. And so you built your network through those classes, and now all of that is done online. And so you don't have that opportunity to meet local people or local attorneys. And so this is a perfect vehicle for paralegals to meet attorneys, to socialize with them, to get to know them, and to basically show, I can do this work. I can be an asset to your firm. I can be an asset to your practice. And so we are real excited. We're almost up to 30 members on the committee at this point. So when the Bar Executive Council meets in September, Elizabeth, we'll have a few more applications to be approved. And so it's growing quickly. We're getting a lot of interest in this group. I told Kenny, I've never worked with a more energetic, supportive, excited group of people who want to see this succeed. And so we are just delighted to celebrate National Paralegal Day. I sent out 7 press releases this morning to all the local media and to NALA. I already got a response from NALA. They're excited that we got the proclamations and that we're growing. And so just let me know if you hear it on the news. I'll be excited if you do. Elizabeth, did you have anything you wanted to say? We'd love to hear from you.
No, put me on the spot, don't worry about it. No, I'm just happy that you all, that this committee is thriving, and Kenny's goal of making it happen has been successful, and I hope to see it grow the same way that you do, and get more paralegals and more people involved and create that network that Carol created in the past, that we can restart that again. So thank y'all for all your hard work.
Thank you for your support. All right. I have one other fun thing. Last month, we did a social event. We did axe throwing. And so that was fun and interesting, axe throwing and music bingo. We've got some people in this committee that are really good at music. Callie was our winner. No, I want you to open that.
Throwing or singing?
Axe throwing. She can throw an axe.
I don't know why I'm so good. I really do not. It's soft. I know that.
It's a one.
Oh. That's a legal rock star. Paralegal definition.
Read the definition.
Paralegal, an attorney's assistant not admitted to the practice of law, but you wouldn't believe that if you could see their desk. True. A person who's still working long after the attorneys have left for happy hour. Adjective, of relating to or being the hardest worker in the office. Also true. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, dinner's on Kenny. Y'all help.
It's already paid for.
Already paid for it, help yourselves. Feel free to socialize, visit with folks, and thank you again for coming. We're going to be excited to see the world celebrate National Paralegal Day tomorrow. Yes, ma'am. And feel free to talk to us later.
I didn't know that you were going to do
I'm
Maria bingo and. Can you see us over there? Yeah. Okay. Somebody else That's funny.
But they didn't win.
Oh, that's all right, I'm just gonna get one so that Anthony's got one. Anybody wants to give an My story's way different. Changing council, she's in the workplace. Sherry, how do you do the job? If you feel me like you're
I can't believe you guys, like, y'all pulled all this together.
Oh, what about that next week? Yeah. Say anything. And then when we got
After all the margaritas?
We'll be there.
How are you? She's the boss.
Cushions over there.
For the bond? Yes. And then practice it all. For most people, moving that. You come on. Thank you. Sign up. Practicing. I have no idea if he's 25 or we're working with each other. He's my couple days. Yes. Doing this he wasn't there when you. Yeah. I remember. I remember. All the time. And he did it that It's a cow. You can have that. So I had a few. And I was like, I'm really Rockwell, they have community events.
There's always hope.
There's always exactly. After they were like, oh, we're out. That will do it too.
Let somebody else run the group.
We were enjoying that. Well, I think it's I would do it too. No, I am. She's all about the Hi there. I'm sorry, are you people filming all of this? That's great. Will that be anywhere? Okay, praise God. You're the best.
I just want to record everything in case you want to pick something out.
You're my hero. Thank you so much. I got it on the radar. Where were you at again? Back a while
I've been